Have you ever heard of popcorn lung? It sounds silly, but it can be quite serious. So, popcorn lung, otherwise known as bronchiolitis obliterans, is something that happens when you inhale a substance called diacetyl. So, the primary culprit of diacetyl exposure is going to be in e-cigarettes. So, it is in the e-liquids that contain flavors. So obviously, this could be a really big deal for people who vape, use these cigarettes, and it is irreversible damage to your lungs. Okay, so some of the symptoms is a persistent cough, shortness of breath, wheezing, and fatigue. Also, what it does when you breathe it in, it primarily affects your smaller airways. And what it does is it creates a lot of inflammation in there. So the airways are going to swell up. And then what will happen is it can actually form scar tissue. Big deal, okay? For one, it makes it harder to get air in and out, but also the air that you get in, when you have scar tissue in your small airways, so your airways, the lining should be super thin. You can't even make it with fingers. But whenever it gets thick and inflamed, it gets bigger. If that turns into scar tissue, the air that's supposed to go into the bloodstream once you breathe it in is going to have a harder time getting there. That means it's going to have a harder time oxygenating your body. So, please spread this awareness. It doesn't happen to everybody who vapes, okay? I'm not saying that, but I am saying that it is something that you should be aware about, and make sure you're passing it on to any of the teenagers that you know because a lot of teenagers do vape these days, and they just don't know exactly how bad it can be for you. Have you ever heard of popcorn lung before? If so, drop your comments down in the bottom so that you can kind of let us know what you've heard about it or if you have had any experiences with it.